Good day everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play Classic Risk. Now this game has been around for a very long time, and the version I have is a later version, but the rules should still be similar. Anyway, the object of the game of Classic Risk is you are going to be trying to basically take over the world, which basically means you're going to try to take over every single one of these continents and all of the countries that are associated with it. There are 6 different colored armies in this game. You got gray, blue in this particular game. There's white over here. And then you've got yellow, red, and green. And there's 3 different units that are associated with it right here. So for this particular game, this counts as 1 unit. This counts as 5 units, the guy with the cavalry. And the guy with the cannon will count as 10 units. In the beginning of the game, everybody is going to receive a certain amount of units to go ahead and start placing on the board. I've got it set up for a 3-player game. For each player, they're going to start off the game with 35 different units. These here are the risk cards, and they have various different pictures here and a country. And anytime you end up taking over a territory by defeating somebody, you're going to be receiving one of these cards. And these cards are basically going to help you get reinforcements. And I'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Now, at the beginning of the game, everybody is going to go ahead and start placing their units here on the different countries. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can either pass out all of these cards, and whatever countries you end up getting, you're going to place 1 unit on to start. And if you have any extra units, you can go ahead and place those wherever on one of your territories and try to strengthen it a little bit. The other way is everybody's just going to go ahead and start placing units. So let's just say green decides he's going to go and he places a unit here on Argentina. He now is in charge of Argentina. Red decides he's going to go to North Africa. Yellow decides he's going to go into the eastern United States. And then green decides he's going to go ahead and place one in Brazil. Red goes and does this into Peru. And it continues on like this. Okay, so we went ahead and we placed all the units, and you'll notice that the different countries now have more than 1 unit on them. This basically happens after all of the countries have been occupied by units from all the other players, and then after that you're just going to go ahead and place any additional units wherever you want as long as you occupy it. So you can go ahead and reinforce certain countries, like Africa here has 4 units of red. So in the very beginning of the game, the first thing you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to see how many extra units you are going to get at the beginning of your turn. Now, this can happen in one of 3 ways. You're going to, first of all, count how many countries you occupy, and you're going to divide that number by 3. The second way is if you actually control an entire continent. For example, if Red had control of Egypt and South Africa, he would basically control the entire continent of Africa. And then you would just simply look over here and you would see the number, which in this case is 3. And the same goes for these other continents, like Australia here is 2, Europe here is 5, Asia is the big one here with 7. The third way is with these cards over here. You're going to be receiving these cards, 1 card, anytime you win a battle and occupy another territory. And there's 3 different types. You have the one that has the cannon, one that has the unit soldier, and then one that has the cavalry. If you are able to trade in 3 of these, like 3 cannons, 3 of the horses, 3 of the cavalry, or 1 of each, you're going to go ahead and turn those in at the beginning of your turn. And then you are going to receive units based on what this is at. So the first person who would be able to turn in 3 of these cards is going to get 4 additional units. And then after that, the number is going to go up for any subsequent 3 cards that are turned in. And so those are the 3 ways you can get the reinforcements. So for the very beginning of the game here, we're going to go ahead and count green. Let's say green goes. He's going to first of all count all of the countries that he is in charge of. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So therefore he is going to receive 4 additional units to place wherever he would like. So here's the 4 additional units, and let's just say I'm going to go ahead and place them. Okay, so now green is going to go ahead and decide who he wants to attack. Now, green is going to get up to 3 dice that he's going to be able to roll. This basically means that he will be able to attack with up to 3 units at a time. He has 4 units here in Afghanistan. Now, in order to do an attack, you have to have at least 2 units in a territory. The reason being is that you always have to have 1 unit left behind in order to maintain control of the territory you are attacking from. So let's go ahead and say that green here wants to attack the Middle East. Now, green will be able to roll up to 3 dice if he chooses. He can attack with 1 unit or with 2 units. Now, the Middle East here has 2 units on here, and the defense is going to be allowed to roll up to 2 dice. Again, he can roll just 1 and defend with 1 unit, or he can roll both and defend with 2 all at once. So basically what's going to happen is both people are going to roll their dice, and whoever has the higher number with each of the dice once you compare them is going to win the battle, and the ensuing player is going to use a unit. Now, if an offensive and defensive die tie like so, the defense is going to win. Let's just go ahead and say I'm going to attack the Middle East with Afghanistan, and both of us decide to roll the dice. So we've both rolled. So 6 beats 5, and the second highest is 5 and 2, and this number is disregarded. So the defense has beaten the green army twice, so 2 of the green armies are going to be eliminated. So let's say green decides he's going to go ahead and attack India here from China. So once again, green decides he's going to roll all 3 of his dice, and India is going to roll 2. So let's just go ahead and say that this ends up being the roll. So in this case, green is going to beat red here, and green is going to beat red here. So India is going to go ahead and lose 2 units. And so now they're going to only be able to roll 1 die because that's all they have left. So let's just say China decides, okay, we're going to go ahead and attack one more time. And they have defeated the red army. So what's going to happen is the red army is going to be removed, and China is going to go ahead and move in as many units as they would like to occupy. So let's just say they decide to move in 2. They can move, and so then green's going to go ahead and decide who else he wants to attack. And let's just say he decides he's done attacking everybody. And so what's going to happen is green is going to receive a card because he won a battle and took over one of the territories. And then green is also going to be able to move one of his units into an adjacent country if he would like to. So let's just say, for example, he decides he's going to go ahead and take this unit and move it here into China. Also to note is that anytime you see a line going in between 2 different countries, this simply means that this country can attack this one and vice versa. And there's a bunch of these lines everywhere. And so basically that's the way the game is going to work. And so now red is going to go, and then red is going to go ahead and calculate how many units that he is going to be receiving. So he's going to be receiving 4 units in the beginning. He does not own any continents, and he does not have 3 cards, so he's not going to get any extra units. And so he's going to go ahead and start off with the 14. And then basically that's just the way play goes. Everyone's going to attack, they're going to defend, they're going to go ahead and get units, reinforce their different countries. And ultimately, the winner of the game is going to be the one who basically controls all of the territories, the world domination. So anyway, guys, that is how you play the game Risk.